How could I possibly have a channel about retail without talking about every retail junkie's favorite time of year, and that is gift with purchase, baby. Thank you so much for stumbling across Retail Therapy Live, where we talk about the ins and outs and ups and downs of working in retail. Just a little disclaimer, any information I do discuss in this video is solely based off my perspective, my experience, and my personal opinions, and in no way officially represents any company that may be discussed going forward. My only intention is to share my story, but never to misrepresent anybody or any business. This video is basically going to be my self-indulgent rant about my resentment for gift with purchase and similar promotions. But let me be clear, I too love free stuff. But something about the behaviors in humanity that rears its ugly head during this time really just diddles me the wrong way. Let's first begin with a very brief history of gift with purchase, and that ironically is Estee Lauder. And I say ironic because I've had the pleasure of working with them on multiple different occasions. Estee Lauder created the world's first gift with purchase in 1956 as per their website, and it carried on through the 60s, the 70s, 80s, and all the way upwards of 2024. If you are blessed enough to have no idea what a gift with purchase is, lucky you. It literally is exactly how it sounds. The company offers deluxe samples to those who make a purchase of the minimum threshold, usually around like $75 or so. And most times there is a step-up gift with purchase as well, like the more you spend, the more you get. For example, I just made a purchase, ironically again, at Estee Lauder. I was replenishing my favorite perfume, Bronze Goddess. Not a plug, I just love it and I want everyone to know how good it is. But unbeknownst to me, there was a gift with purchase at that time, and the minimum threshold was $75. And with this perfume being $120, I surprisingly got a little gift, and then they also gave me the step-up gift, which was 3 deluxe samples on the side. So that was a nice unexpected surprise. And as a consumer, gift with purchase is all well and good. For some of us like me, it comes as a really nice extra little surprise when you were already going to be picking up some goodies regardless. But for others who are lifelong stans of the brand or the products, they will wait all year until gift with purchase rolls around, and then they'll drop half their life savings just to get a little bit extra. I'm really not here to say much about consumerism or customers for that matter, but I do want to vent a little bit about the greed and the entitlement that does come along with gift with purchase. So for just about every gift with purchase, there's always going to be one rule, and that is one gift per person. There are tons of customers who make the honest mistake of thinking that you get a gift with every X amount of dollars you spend, but once you correct them, they typically just happily take their gift and go on with their life. But oh boy, for that one good customer, there are 3 entitled fucks lined out waiting to bully you into getting their way. A few out there that treat this gift with purchase like their birthright to get more and more and more. They're the ones who put a damper on the whole experience for all of us honest people who are just trying to do right by the company. They fight tooth and nail to get more free stuff or to change something out from the gift to get something different. And the only way to overcome that is to stand your ground, be firm and assertive, and unfortunately you're probably going to lose a sale to someone who is willing to do more just to get a little bit of extra cash in their pockets. But I'll get into that in a little bit. Story time! At Clinique, I had this wonderful coworker who was unfortunately dealing with a customer who was quite literally begging us to swap out a lipstick for her. And my coworker had explained to her numerous times now that there's just no way we can swap it out because on the lipstick it says, "This is a sample, not for resale." So she tried to explain to her that if we were to swap this out, it is essentially stealing from the company because there's no way, we didn't have permission to write off other lipsticks to put in the gift for her. So we would basically be stealing from the company to give to her. We could probably get fired for that, right? This argument felt like it had already gone on for what was like 20 minutes maybe, and so I walked over to my coworker and the customer just to check in, see if everything was okay. And at that point, the customer turns to my coworker and she says in her bossiest boss bitch voice,
"Well, you're gonna get me a new lipstick."
And so at that point, I snapped and I said, "Actually, you're not going to talk to her like that. She already said no multiple times, so no, we're not swapping this out for you." When I tell you, this woman looked like she had her shit rocked. Like she was so surprised that 2 lowly bitches from the Clinique counter wouldn't oblige to her whim, and she eventually had to accept defeat and just walk away. Thank God. Imagine your life having such a lack of control that you have to bully the 2 hottest chicks at the Clinique counter. Kidding, I'm joking. That's nice. I could go on, but alas, let me spare you. Avaricious customers who try to torment and intimidate employees into getting their way is only half the drama, unfortunately. What good would a video about gift with purchase be without getting into the greed of the other employees? Let us not leave out the greed of the other employees trying to build their business in ways that contradict company policies and rules, and cheat other honest employees out of their commissions. Those greedy and crooked snakes are going to offer your customers exactly what you've denied them: more. This is often a tactic that they'll use through international apps where the company can't track the activity. To the company, it looks like they're performing really well, which, I mean, they are, but it's in a dishonest way that takes away from us honest employees. It makes us look like shit to the customer and to the company as well. Because one, we're not giving the customer what they want, and two, it looks like we're not performing as well as these other people. On the note of the company, let's talk about management in these situations. As a manager, I definitely understand needing to trickle down information to your teammates in order to keep your business running smooth. But there's a way that I like to do it in order for my team not to feel like they're being micromanaged or just being info dumped on, especially in these high pressure times like gift with purchase. I like to update the people at the beginning of their shifts to let them know what's going on, what the promotions are today, also what their goals are personally. Then I'll ask for their confirmation that they've understood where it's needed. And of course, through their shift, I'm going to follow up and coach. The difference between how I handle my team and how I've been handled in the past is I actually care about every one of my team members as an individual. And in my experiences with gift with purchase, management has always chosen the dump and go method. They give you your dollar amounts that you need to hit, slam down this old crusty dusty clientele book that's been recycled through the decades, and their only coaching consists of telling you,
every single no you get is one step closer to your next yes.
Okay, cult leader. The only follow-up here is management circling around the department like a vulture, asking you how many pre-sales you've gotten. Management also insists that your gift with purchase clientele is basically your own business, and it's up to you how much or how little you want to grow your own business. Meanwhile, offering little to no support while you're struggling trying to reach people. Their idea of growing your business is cold calling old clientele from a dusty, crusty old phone book from 800 BC. Harassing people up to 4 times a day, and if you can't reach them today, you try again tomorrow. I've encountered also on numerous occasions calling these old clientele only to realize they have passed away. So instead of getting pre-sales, I am now offering my condolences on behalf of the company. Awkward! The pure desperation and all-consuming pressure to meet your targets will have you harassing your friends and your family, your long-lost Uncle Diddles, your neighbors, Brenda from the PTA, the girl who makes your coffee in the morning, the guy you pass while walking your 800 German Shepherds, and your nail girl. And honestly, it's giving Hunbot vibes, and if you don't know what a Hunbot is, please do yourself a favor and go look up MLMs on YouTube. Needless to say, this kind of promotion is exhausting and can leave us as retail workers feeling defeated and exhausted. But what does it do to the companies who are running them? This next part is fully based on my own bullshit speculations and is based off of nothing but what I've personally dealt with in my 15 years of retail. So now I'm going to mix it up and talk about not only gift with purchase, but different kind of promotions such as buy one, get one half off, or like 25% when you spend X amount of dollars, blah, 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 blah. I want to know your opinion below. Does a company running a constant promotion cheapen the brand in your eyes? Let me know. I'm just curious. Arguably, in my humble opinion, I vote yes. If you're running a promotion 90% of the time, then now you have customers that are used to never paying full price. Paying full This is problematic for those times that you do have to go off promotion for one reason or another. And now your customers don't see enough value in your product to even buy it at full price. You might think I'm blowing smoke out my ass, but I would like to think that my 15 years experience in retail is enough to have a valid opinion on this topic. Let me use Sephora as an example of a valued company in the eyes of a consumer. Sephora has no issues hitting their targets year-round because customers know, they trust, and they love their products, and they're willing and happy to buy them at full price. And they see value in it and don't feel like they need to get it on discount. And that's not to say that customers aren't going to wait until the VIB Rouge sales, but when I worked at Sephora as a freelancer, not once was I asked about promotions. Not once. What does that tell you? On the flip side, I have worked in the past with companies who ran on promotion 24/7. And the problem with that is they ended up going through a period of time where they needed to put their promotions on pause. And customers were absolutely shook. The amount of customers I lost during this time was all the proof I needed that permanent promotions can be harmful to a business and cheapen your brand. Realistically, I know that companies most likely work their promos into the prices of the product versus their budget, but today I'm seeing it through the eyes of a consumer. In the grand scheme of things, us as retail workers and consumers are the only ones who really feel the difference when a company has promotion versus doesn't have the promotion. Obviously, customers feel like they're getting ripped off because we don't have a good deal for them. And us as the employees are struggling to make the sales. And we also might have to answer why the company doesn't have sales, which is awkward and embarrassing. Not to be all coachy and weird, but if you're dealing with this as an employee, I have some good advice as to what to do when you don't have a promotion, but customers are looking for one. First of all, don't bullshit them. Like if you don't have one, you don't have one, but you can try to redirect the conversation to be based more around what they're actually looking for. And then you can pick out maybe like 3 products for them to choose from, explain the benefits and how they're going to help this customer. And ideally, if they really like what you're selling them, they'll buy all 3. But if they don't, then maybe they'll just pick the one that's going to be within their budget, and that's totally fine. So the customer gets something that they want, and you get a sale. I'm struggling. And if after all of that, they still don't buy and they say they're going to wait until the next promotion, no harm, no foul. Wish them a happy day and be proud of yourself for trying. Maybe I'll make a video soon about overcoming objections like this at work. But anyways, that's about it from me today. Thank you again for stumbling across Retail Therapy Live. It means the world to me if you actually made it to the end of this video. I hope you'll come join me next Friday or Saturday. If you would like some more frequent shenanigans, you can always find me on Instagram at olivia.kndy. But until next time, bye Felicia. Bye.